Safety from the waves. Isn't that a harbor?
Yeah, I was thinking something like that. I mean, initially I thought we needed things to put on the whatchamacallit to unlock it.
Who knows? Maybe the runes detect what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. So, anyways, we can start her up if you want. I think I'm caught up.
Okay. What's everybody doing? They were just about to set off, so that's where we're at.
Okay, so the troll came and talked to them, like outside the cave. They went and talked to the troll, and yeah.
So I guess what you need to decide, Kansas, is are you coming out of the cave, or did you come out of the forest, or do you just want to deal with that later? And we'll say you're part of the group now.
Okay. Which one of your characters is the most perceptive?
Me, probably.
I mean, I can go ahead and roll, and we'll see what happens.
My passive wisdom is 14.
All three of you roll perception. Jesus fucking Christ.
That's the second nat 1 perception you've had.
Oh my god.
Man, it sure is bright, or it sure is dark out, right? It's like the evening. Yeah. Oh, man, what's going on here?
Jesus Christ.
Strong start.
Okay, so, man.
Sure is dark. Oh wait, my eyes are closed. Oh crap.
Rowena sees what appears to be a sort of a glimmer towards the right of the mouth of the troll's cave, and she goes to check it out, and she runs into one of the posts of my tent, which had a invisibility spell placed on it. I just overslept by an entire day.
Makes sense.
Right.
Devin has a habit of doing that. You guys found me, woke me up, so now I've got my raven on my shoulder and I'm ready to go.
All right.
Man, I don't see anybody. What's going on?
Fuck off. I'm not in the invisible tent anymore.
Yeah, I don't even. Is it like computer logic where like now I have like the best perception?
Infinitely worse perception, my friend.
Oh,
Only
damn.
some computer logic makes that good.
Well, maybe it resets to like the highest value.
The early 80s.
This guys, this isn't Civilization with Gandhi. Okay, that rollover error doesn't work anywhere else.
I mean,
I mean, that rollover error did work other places, but they phased out that kind of.
Did they keep it like in Legacy?
Oh no,
no, they
absolutely.
Kept it. Yeah, it was one of the defining features of that game. So they're like, well, we got to keep it. So
I was talking about other programming.
Gandhi's nice up until he gets nukes, and then he's nuke.
The definition of I'm sick of your shit.
Or
Eric.
like 0 to 60 real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to make sure you were here.
Peace through overwhelming firepower.
Okay.
I both love and hate my toad at the same time.
What?
Okay, so I was on Facebook looking for that picture, and I came across a link for Cheese Days. And I didn't realize that on the Cheese Days website, there's a link to the Cheese Days mascot, which is Wedgie the Cheese Wedge. And I didn't know that he had a song, and it's the greatest thing ever.
Please
That's
don't
debatable.
link it. Don't link it, please, for the love of everything that is great in this world.
It's true.
Oh no, I clicked to the link. What am I about to see? Nope, I can't do it.
Do it.
I'll do it later. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it
He
here.
was born in Switzerland.
Alright, so anyways, back on task.
Sorry, I had to share.
Nah, you didn't.
I did.
It's really titled "Teach Me How to Wedgie."
Yes. Stupid.
To the tune of "Roll Out the Barrel."
That's about where I gave up.
What? What? Why?
I got a little distracted. I'm sorry. Now, the GIF itself is not funny, but click on the Imgur gallery.
Yeah. I know what you're talking
And
about.
the
This guy-
fucking
It's a good
title.
joke. It's a good joke.
This got derailed so fast.
Oh my god.
This is the best song ever.
Really though, to roll out the barrel. Seriously,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
the song
man.
they chose.
You can learn to yodel, eat cream puffs, and I encourage you if you please.
Your state is a monument to man's sin. What the fuck?
This entire festival is just about eating cheese
Jesus,
and
is
getting
this
drunk.
it's a polka too?
Kansas, I do want to point out that on the list of greatest places to live in the United States, there are several cities from Wisconsin. And like the
That
top
is-
50, I think.
That is very sad.
Yeah, I didn't say
You know
it was
what?
great.
You know, it's because of the low populations, because nobody's fucking crazy enough to live in this shitty state. Okay. I just kind of cut like the entire northern
Oh my
part of the
god.
country
Someone
off
had to
when I
learn
consider
this
where I could
song and
live.
sing it in front of a
They do. I think they learn it in all the elementary schools too.
oh Jesus.
Like I said, I both love and hate my town at the exact same time.
I'm going to add this to the end of the YouTube video. That's going to be the outro music.
Hey, it might be copyrighted. You gotta be careful.
Let them try and sue me.
Oh, they
Oh,
won't sue you.
God.
They just copyright strike.
I mean, I feel like if they made that song and put it on the internet, they don't understand how the internet actually works.
Oh,
What-
oh wait, no.
What
this-
I think was great. So you know how there's this little like paragraph on what Wedgie actually is or how he came to be. And when I read the first sentence, which is Wedgie was born in Emmental, Switzerland, I've read that as Wedgie was born as an elemental in Switzerland.
The
Yes,
cheese
the new
elemental.
And I just sort of was like, what?
Careful, you're giving me ideas for fighting the cheese elemental here.
Good lord.
There are cheese wedges on West.
As the giant cheese wedge like storms over the mountain, you hear the song roll. It's just a terror to behold. No one knows what's going on.
Oh god, and Jake, I don't know if you saw, but by my house there's the historic cheesemaking museum, and there's now a giant wooden statue of Wedgie the cheese wedge sitting out by the caboose that they have there. It is horrifying. I wasn't expecting it. If you like pull out of my driveway and you're going down to the gas station, you can see it from my house. And I didn't notice it until one day going to work, and it scared the shit out of me.
Hmm. Okay, anyways, you guys are about to adventure. Are you adventuring?
Yeah, we're adventuring.
Okay. Fantastic.
Oh no, Shump has to perceive that anything's going on.
He zones out and then just pictures this nightmarish cheese wedge off in the distance, stalking him.
Yes, his mortal enemy.
Throw the cheese.
Yeah.
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 Things are happening, I guess.
So were we headed towards a pillar? I think that's what we were doing.
You're heading off in the direction Troll pointed you in. or one of the first direction he pointed you in.
So we're headed towards the shore.
Yes. All right, now I'm gonna give you guys an option here.
I'm up for fast travel.
Fast travel, all the way.
And more into the normal forest, wildlife picks up again. It's nothing that you guys can't really handle, so you all gain 400 experience points.
Yay.
We didn't do experience, we did milestones.
You guys are all level 4, aren't you?
How about we gain
Oh.
400 milestones?
No? Did I tell you?
Yes.
Did we decide how we're doing experience over here?
I'm pretty sure you said milestone.
Okay, it's not important. Just give yourself 400 experience points for now. We'll work out the details later.
Okay.
I can figure out the milestones later and tell you guys then. For the sake of moving on, we'll decide it later.
We didn't decide on milestones. We decided on experience because you figured out we were leveling up way too fucking fast.
Okay, that's
Who
what I
gets-
thought.
Who gets the 400? Not
Everybody.
me. That's weird.
You're all traveling right now.
Okay.
Did you pay attention for the fast traveling or not conversation? All right, that's fair because we weren't on topic for a while, so doing something else is fine. I said we have the option of it's like 2, maybe 3 days travel, so we can either go each day and set up watch each night, or we could just say it's an average travel and you can quick fast travel over there, and I'll summarize it when you get there.
Okay.
And they voted on fast traveling, so you guys ran into some animals, you killed them, and you guys have all gained 400 experience points over the course of those days.
Gotcha.
Okay, so at this point, you guys end up right... That's still that. I need that. Right in this area. Still looks like normal forest, but you see kind of a bay, and you're on like a cliff. Looking out over it. You're not like right on the edge, you're a little ways back. Should be noted, it's rather breezy.
I'm going to look around and see if I can't find anything that might be pillar-ish. Oh,
You look around and you don't see anything in the near vicinity. Though you do see trees kind of thinning out as they go out on that peninsula.
Shump's gonna look around.
Okay.
Oh, hey, he saw something.
He did.
It's only the hand in front of his face. He saw something.
In that same spot I was just describing where there was the trees thinning, you notice kind of like a clearing with some rocks around, like there. It's probably about 500 yards away from you. Or I guess, yeah, 500 yards.
Okay, I'll start walking in that direction. Everybody else will
Okay.
understand.
yep, I'll follow.
1 second while I get some stuff organized. This does take a little bit. Are you guys doing anything along the way? You guys looking for stuff? You guys talking?
I'm gonna keep my eye out for anything that, like traps and such.
Okay.
I want to look for a banana.
Okay, you can do that.
Do I roll something for it?
Sure.
It would most likely
Not
be.
what I meant.
Okay.
'What'd he roll?
13.
You do not find any bananas. You do find some strange-looking fruit, but no bananas.
I want to take some of the strange looking fruit.
Okay, it's kind of got a harder outer shell.
I'll save it for later.
Okay.
Does it have a name?
If it did, you wouldn't know it. Everything has a name, it's just a matter of if you know it or not. So you could make it up if you wanted to.
I'm just gonna call it strange looking fruit.
That's fair. Alright, so you guys eventually walking around to this thing, you notice a break in the trees, and the trees seem to be surrounding what looks like a rock circle, or a circle of rocks, and then a pool of water in the center of it. So let me get you to a map, get you guys on the map. Now when I put you on the map, please do not immediately move yourself.
Ooh.
It's a blue rectangle.
What was the name of your character? Nope, you're there. Do I not? I didn't. Is that everybody?
Yeah.
Sure.
Cool. Can you guys all move yourselves? Just checking
Yeah.
if you can. Okay. Alright, so...
Need to step away for a second.
You say needs to step away?
Yep, just for a second.
Okay.
So yeah, yesterday started watching that new Netflix series, Devilman.
How was it?
Surprisingly good, and at the same time, frustrates the ever-loving piss out of me.
Why is that?
Well, because all the good characters are dying. It's kind of like Game of Thrones in that regard. And there's a whole lot of common sense that could literally just be used by the main character, and a lot of this would be fixed. But other
Yeah.
than that,
I mean, you need plot somehow.
yeah,
I would have to see it to understand exactly what you mean, though.
I just don't. I don't particularly enjoy plot brought on by the stupidity of a character.
That's how I can get frustrated with some animes.
Eh.
I tried watching One Piece, but then there's things about One Piece that make me like irrationally mad. Like I've gotten through like episode 250 or 300 of One Piece, and there's 800 episodes.
Yeah.
And man, it's like I always get annoyed when they go to a new area and they're like the best people ever to anyone in that area, right? But then as soon as they mention that they're pirates, everyone turns against them instantly. No matter
Yeah.
what they did,
Yeah.
like they could have saved everyone's lives 8 times over, and then it's like, oh, by the way, I'm a pirate. You're a pirate, and then like they're just instantly against them.
That kind of fucking cartoon logic is just, yeah.
I'm back. Sorry.
Yeah,
It's
should be.
okay. We talked about TV shows and anime while you were gone.
Dang, I missed some riveting conversation then.
Mm.
Speaking of animes, which one is this one that you posted earlier?
What?
What's that? Yeah, Eric
Oh, me?
posted some clip. Yeah, it's weird as
Yeah,
hell.
why?
I can't remember the name of the show. It was in the Reddit post.
Where the fuck? Where? All the
Oh.
memes?
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
it's
Oh, that's Prison School. That's right.
That's weird.
prison school. Isn't that a
Yeah, I've
synonym?
never actually seen it. I just found this clip on the anime subreddit. So,
Prison School, also known as a modern American documentary.
Or
Aha.
school.
It's a
School,
great
school,
gift,
and
though.
prison school. Or, yeah, no, that was that seems funny to me just because it's so like the guy just happens to look at the wrong moments.
Yep.
All right, are we all here and back?
Yeah, sorry.
All right. No, that's good. I needed time to look something up, actually. All right, as you guys get closer, you all start to feel a little uneasy. Except for Vegavith.
I don't have feelings.
What kind of uneasy? Do we feel like sick? Do we feel like
There's a presence here.
The difficulty setting has been set higher.
You feel Dark Souls get harder.
You
That's
can
what she
only
said.
make Dark Souls harder.
Okay, I send
Like the
Poe
Dark
forth.
Souls of Dark Souls.
I send Poe forth into the ring of stones to fly around the pool 3 times.
As Poe gets to here, he suddenly stops and turns back.
Did he have any reason for that?
He's terrified.
Okay.
Like visibly terrified by something.
So I look over at Rowena and I go, well, that's probably not a great sign. He's scared shitless.
yeah, not a good sign at all.
All right, well, Shump's walking in.
Are you sure you want to do that?
All right, as you cross the plane, I'm
Okay.
about to whisper something to you.
What are you gonna whisper?
It's free real estate.
Haha.
Fuck you.
I knew it. It's a great deal. Why is Poe scared of all these good deals? These deals are great. I send one message back to you guys, and it's free real estate. Man, this must be a long whisper.
It's a very whispery whisper.
Now this takes some time. Suddenly, you notice he freezes and stops moving as soon as he crosses the barrier of the rocks.
Shump, can you hear us?
He cannot.
Oh no.
Okay. Everybody here feels like off, right? This is Rowena actually asking the group.
I don't know, there's a part of me that's turned on by this kind of darkness. Why do you ask?
I'm just seeing if everybody feels that way, or if maybe somebody doesn't feel that and can go in and maybe save Shump.
I'll do it.
So
I
you're
feel nothing.
I pat him on the leg and I go, "You go for it, pal."
I do the thing.
So wait, your turn.
Jake, are you looking at my? You are, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Stop doing that.
All right, so all right, I see your whisper, Chris. I'll address it in a second. As you start walking forward, Vegvith, you are going to try and get him, right?
Yeah.
All right, so you get to here. Everybody else notices he stops moving. And I'm going to whisper to you.
Okay, well, I lean over to Devin. This does not look good.
Say that again.
This doesn't look good.
Okay. Man, brain no work good right now. So Vegavith is trapped, right? Or in trouble now too. Along with I don't.
Shump went first, and then Shump stopped.
Okay.
And then Vegavith went after him, and now Vegavith has stopped.
You
Oh shit.
You suddenly see Shump pull out his warhammer and start charging crazily forward into the circle, almost in a blind rage. It looks like a frenzy to you.
What's the whisper command again?
/W, or you can do /W and then type in my name, which is going to be Jake.
Or just do
/GM.
/W space GM.
The tone changed very quickly.
I'm trying to see if I can figure something out. God damn it, if I was Adamala, I have the perfect thing for this. I can actually, as Adamala, I can summon like a charm in there that fucking gives me sight through a glass bauble.
And if things get really bad, you can just like go into a rock. As Adamala.
Yeah. I can just
Except for, when someone can just dispel that. Because that's fair.
It was a solid attempt.
You guys suddenly see Vegavith kind of step forward and put his hands out like he's trying to push something, but he stumbles forward and falls on his face. He looks to be panicking as well. And you might even see tears coming from one of his eyes.
This is not good. This is definitely not good.
So my character stands there and rubs his chin a little bit.
Okay.
Like he's thinking.
I assume Vagabith and Shump are doing exactly the same thing as I described, unless I get another whisper from you saying your behavior changed.
I mean, if he I don't know, he hasn't noticed anything different than when you whispered to me already,
that is still
so
continuing.
He's just gonna keep going on as if. So he's gonna keep charging ahead.
Okay.
Into that blue square.
That's a puddle of water. Just so you're aware. If I didn't say that before.
Has he made it to the puddle yet?
Yeah, he's there. So you step in and the puddle is incredibly deep, so you're not even touching the bottom.
So, am I still seeing what I'm seeing, or am I noticing that it's water around me?
You kind of snap out of it, but like the image is still there, kind of superimposed on what's actually happening. So it's kind of like a vision now, where you're seeing it kind of opaque over the top of what's actually happening.
Okay.
I realize I'm giving extra details to other people, but that's
I'm
fine.
not listening enough to care. Um.
Tuned you out, really.
Oh shit. Do I?
Oh, you really aren't
Did I-
listening enough to care.
Did I see any sort of markings on the rocks?
Tons. You see runes all over the place.
Okay. Can I read the runes?
What languages do you know again?
Common and demonic. Warding. A ward is like a protection spell. Warning is obviously a warning.
Yes, it's a demonic ward.
Interesting.
There's dozens on each stone, though. But they do look like they repeat from stone to stone.
So I look towards Rowena and I say, well, some of those runes, or some of those stones have runes of warding on them. It's a demonic warding spell. So I'm assuming he's seeing some form of illusion in there. I would say that we should just leave them to die since they're now trapped in that illusion. But at the same time, there could be a very powerful item protected by these wards.
Agreed. That, and I'm thinking whatever is in there, we need to get to the more important thing back at the cave thing with the puzzle thing.
But an item so powerful would help us on our quest, yes? No one would protect something with a spell like this unless it was worthwhile.
Which means if this is used to get into the cave, whatever's in the cave is much more powerful than these three things that we need to find. But yes, I see what you're coming from. Yes.
Indeed, so defeating this would be practice somewhat, yes?
Yes.
Shump, does that make sense?
Yeah, I was gonna whisper something, but I'm just gonna say it because I don't want to like type it out. So yeah, he's gonna fill up his whatever he uses to carry water with the water that's in this puddle, and he's gonna walk out.
Okay. So you guys notice that Shump seems to have much more control over himself now.
I reach out with Mage Hand and slap the shit out of Vegavith.
I'm gonna have to leave that up to Jake to determine how I respond.
I'm gonna whisper this.
As the Mage Hand's doing its work, I turn towards Shump and say, "You alright there, pal?" God damn it, why am I saying that? My character doesn't talk like that. You alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
He didn't look fine a
Okay.
couple seconds ago.
Yeah, what did you see?
It got dark, and then I sensed danger.
It got dark. That's it.
Yeah, it wasn't a very pleasant darkness.
I see the giant moving, or the Goliath.
I'm
You
gonna.
may want to go after him. He probably saw something he didn't want to see.
I'm just kind of sitting down over here, facing away from all of you.
Oh. But you did leave the circle, yes?
Yeah, that was my intent. I don't know if Jake's gonna let me.
Yep, he did.
All right. I note what the Goliath is doing and kind of ignore him for a moment or two, and I look back to Shump and ask, "Did you see anything like an artifact or something that this ring of stones may be protecting?"
Show.
Oh, that was directed towards me. I sort of was zoning out, so I heard Vlad speaking, but I didn't hear what he said.
Yeah. Did you see any sort of an artifact or something that these stones might be protecting? They have a demonic warding spell on them, so something is being protected by this.
No, I mean, there's a giant puddle in the middle. It's deeper than it looks. That's about it.
I point to his whatever with that he carries water with. And you got that water from that pool, that puddle?
Yep. I grabbed some water.
Can I see that?
Sure. I wasn't going to drink it.
So can I determine anything magical about the water as she's looking at it using my Arcana skill?
Sure, you can try.
Oh,
You notice nothing about the water. It just looks like incredibly clear water.
shit.
Okay, well, I kind of give Devin a look, and then I'm going to take a sip of this water.
That is the best damn tasting water you have ever drank.
I don't feel any different.
Nope, just tastes real good.
I continue to scratch my chin, noticing that you drank the water, and I point out that that means that whatever is being protected by this is probably not the pool itself, but perhaps something at the bottom of the pool.
I hand Shump back his water skin, and I turn towards Devin and say, I'm going in. And I'm going to walk into the stone circle.
Well, whatever it is, it's probably a shelter of the waves. Just keep that in mind.
I give a 2-finger salute back as I cross the rock line.
I see
I
Rowena
wouldn't do
go.
that if I were you.
I see Rowena go, and I shrug a little bit, and I go to inspect the stones.
Is Jake there?
He's probably typing out a whisper.
Oh, he did. Oh, he real did.
I am indeed typing out a whisper.
Also, as I'm going to inspect the stone, I turn towards Shump and I look at him and I say, you know, we probably could have tied a rope around her if she just waited a moment longer.
She has stopped moving.
Eh,
She's just standing there now.
I toss my 50-foot rope at Shump and I say, "Hey, can you lasso her?"
Oh, I sure can try there, champ.
Go for it.
I'm assuming I have to do a check, but I don't know what that check is.
Let's call it athletics.
My strong suit. Let's see what I got. Oh, baby.
You guys notice
You have
that Rowena suddenly falls down on her knees and starts frantically drawing something into the dirt, carving it with her own hands.
I use my increased perception to try to see what it is.
It looks like some sort of symbol, but you don't recognize it. She is also bawling her eyes out.
I'm not going to look because if I look, it doesn't matter. I won't see anything.
Since she ducked, your rope missed.
That's weird.
God damn it.
Do I determine anything from the symbol, or do I need to roll perception?
You can see it clearly, but you don't recognize it. It doesn't look like a magical symbol at all.
Does it look like anything in a language?
No, actually, it does not. Looks probably something that would look more similar to a crest of sorts.
So, Shump's probably going to say, it's probably something from her past.
Want to try the rope again?
Sure.
I'm sorry, that's just really funny.
You got her.
All right. So just one big yank, or do we want to pull her slowly?
Yeah, yank her out of there.
All right.
Strength.
Let's do that.
Let's do a strength check. Actually, no, we'll keep it athletics. I'll just use... Okay, so you yank Rowena out.
Dang. Good thing I didn't have disadvantage.
She lands here. Rowena, it's over. Suddenly, the vision fades.
Do I still remember what I saw?
Of course. How could you forget?
Okay, well, I am visibly shaken.
I go back to inspecting my stone while she talks, but I am listening. My raven keeps an eye on her.
Where is your raven, by the way? Is it on your shoulder?
It's on my shoulder.
Okay.
While I'm kind of sitting there with my knees to my chest and my head down, I'm just saying a little prayer, and then I'm reciting something that you guys can't really hear.
Oh, I have an idea of what it sounds like.
Incoming meme.
Oh, no. This meme's already been posted. You heard the song.
No, you don't need to, Rowena.
Okay.
I'm assuming it has to teach me how to wedgie. It's time for cheese days in a row. Teach me how to wedgie. Grab your Speedy, let's go.
Alright, back on task here.
I mumble to myself, well, that's terribly useful. And can I use my arcane knowledge to try to determine what this spell is and maybe how to counter it?
You can certainly try. This is old magic. You don't know much about it, but you remember briefly seeing something in a book about it. But you would remember that this hasn't been used in a long, long time. Almost a millennia since anything's even been written about it. I know you've read a lot of books on like forbidden magic, so that's the only reason you know a little bit about it.
Oh, Jake, I'm going to just whisper to you in the chat. I was going to ask you about this earlier, but I kind of forgot.
Okay, then whisper it. Devin, does my description make sense? Oh, okay. That answers my question. Is that a visible thing, or is that kind of like to yourself?
They can see me kind of peering around the stone at the pool, kind of like sweating a little bit.
Okay, so yeah, you guys would notice that Devin seems to be a little bit more motivated in his study of these runes. Is that an appropriate word?
Yeah. Can I investigate to maybe see a pattern or something I can take advantage of? Also, can I do that after using the spell Comprehend Languages so I can understand all of the runes?
Sure. Okay, so you notice they're not repeating runes, but they are written in several different languages, actually. Some ancient Elvish, some newer Elvish, some ancient, some even Draconic, even. They are spells of like. There are psychic runes, there are warding runes, there are, I guess, for lack of a better word, retaining runes. If that makes any sense.
Hmm.
Yeah, they gotta put those in every night.
Okay.
They're all of varying strengths and languages. As if, like, it looks like several different beings wrote runes on this rock.
Hmm.
Rowena, yeah, that would make sense.
Okay, thank you. Does that add any weight at all?
You tell me.
I would say no.
Okay.
I tell Shump to tie the rope onto me.
Sure. I'm assuming we don't need to do a check for that.
Are there... No, because we're just kind of tying it onto me. Unless you want to do a knot tying check. Sky Mark II.
Dexterity.
We did use Dex in it, yes. That was part of our Pathfinder campaign.
I'm not too worried about it. So what are we doing with this rope? You like, is this a safety measure? Is this you want me to like lasso you in there? What are we doing?
No, if I yell cookies, I want you to yank me the hell out. Or I suppose if I look like I'm
Alright.
going to die.
Better start getting that whisper going.
Way ahead of you.
Okay. And
Maybe have a
are
notepad
are
open so
there
you can copy and paste.
are there any trees near the stone circle?
Probably about 20 feet back is where the tree line starts.
Okay. Well, I command Poe to sit on the ground just outside the edge of the circle and observe. Remember that I can see everything that the bird can see. So once I enter the circle, I will be able to perceive myself as well as perceive everything that I'm seeing from my bird's point of view.
Assuming you still have control.
Whatever.
Because does that spell require concentration?
No.
Okay.
That's my link with the Sentinel Raven.
Okay. All right.
That's an innate part. That's an innate part of my patronage to the Raven Queen.
Okay. I need to think about that then. And if that changes, that should change things.
I was hoping it would. That's why I'm doing it.
I definitely feel like it should. So I'm just trying to think of how.
Yeah, I walk over to Rowena and I give her a slap in the face and I tell her to get a hold of herself.
I just glare at you and take my dagger out, and I hold it. I quickly hold it to your neck and you touch me again and I will slit your throat. And then I lower my dagger and I walk back.
Boy,
look at her with
touchy.
Look at her with a face of contempt and point out that we have better things to do than cry. And now I'm just waiting on the GM.
Okay, so you break the barrier, but you're looking through your Link's eyes.
I mean, I haven't quite walked in yet, but sure, I can do that.
Well, no, I'm going over your plan. Right?
Yes, I'm planning on going in and being able to see myself from my bird's perspective as well as whatever I'm going to see inside. So that I can tell reality from the illusion. Or whatever this might be. Hopefully. That's the plan.
Okay. Let me know when you're ready. I have figured it out.
Okay, so I breathe in and back out again once, and I step across the threshold.
Okay, so from your bird's perspective, you notice your body freeze up and start shaking.
Okay.
It seems though that your vision link with him has cut off. So you see from the bird, but you cannot see what your body is seeing.
What?
At the very least, it looks black. I should say.
So it's just a lack of sensory?
It's just complete sensory deprivation is what your bird is experiencing. Or what you are experiencing from your bird's perspective. But, you are unable to control your body.
So I can't sense anything and I can't control my body.
Correct.
All right. I can't speak any words. I can't say anything.
Nope.
Okay.
You can still control your bird.
I was about to say, can I still think stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. Your brain still functions.
Okay, one moment. Is there anything happening? Like, should I be receiving any sort of a whisper or just frozen? Like an idiot?
You start to feel some sort of hold being taken over your mind. Make a... What is it? Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
It doesn't subside, but you keep it at bay for the time being.
Haha, my intellect.
You don't manage to force it out, is what I'm saying. It's still there, and you can still feel it pulling at you.
Is there any way that I can mentally fight this hold on my body, or?
Yes.
Then I attempt that. I tell myself to wiggle my big toe.
Well, essentially what it is you're fighting for control of your own mind.
Okay.
That's what's occurring right now.
Believing myself to be the intellectual god that I am, I continue onwards.
So make an intelligence saving throw.
Eat shit.
Okay, so you start to get a sensory you start to recover your senses from your main body, and you start to see what he is seeing.
Who's he?
Your body.
Okay.
Your body is experiencing something. You were just cut off from its senses, but now you've reestablished that link.
Still can't move?
I'm going to send you this whisper, and then you decide.
Okay.
Back up to 2K ping. Talk about sensory deprivation.
That's not sensory deprivation. That's sanity deprivation, pal.
Some of it got cut off, so there's another whisper coming.
Okay. Can I see that with both my bird and me, or is it just me that's seeing that?
It's kind of how I described to Chris. It's not like taking over your vision. It's more or less a
It's a replay of something that occurred in my mind.
Yes.
Okay. And obviously the bird's not seeing anything, so I know it's not happening in front of me. I'm just kind of seeing it.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
So from the bird's perspective, fucking nothing is happening in front of me, and I'm just seeing it in my mind.
Correct.
Hmm.
I'm not laughing at. I'm laughing at what Chris sent me. Okay. That makes sense.
Okay. So I guess I'm not kind of locked up by emotion, if that's what you're talking about.
Then you aren't.
Okay. So I can move again. All right. Am I still seeing this vision while I'm trying to move?
Well, you don't care anymore, so it's
Okay.
kind of fading, but it's not a
So
hindrance anymore.
I make my way towards the puddle.
Okay. Vegavith, you still just chilling over there?
Yeah, I'm a little shaken.
Okay. What's everybody else doing?
Well, currently I'm holding onto a rope.
I sat down in the grass again, just watching and holding my necklace.
I yell back at Shump. Change my safe word. It's not cookies anymore. If you hear the bird crying, go ahead and pull me.
All right.
Okay, gotcha.
I assume you're at the water's edge now, Devin.
Okay. All right.
You peer down into it, and it's this crystal clear water that looks incredibly deep. But at the bottom, you see this glowing blue light.
The rest of the party can kind of vaguely see me drooling, or I suppose only Rowena can kind of vaguely see me drooling a little bit. Like not per se drooling, but just like drawn in by something.
More or less gawking at it.
You're like Vegavith when he sees a shiny spoon.
You say shiny spoon?
All right. So seeing that, I kind of rub my hands together and think for a second. How big does this object look?
Open sesame.
It's kind of hard to tell from the distortion of the
Abracadabra,
water,
alakazam.
but
Hold on.
it's probably not too big.
I use my mage hand to retrieve this from the bottom of the pool.
I'm well aware that you probably tried to cast it further down there.
Yes.
It appeared at the top.
I wasn't going to fight you on this. Sounds like a magic barrier of some kind.
Something like that. But again, the water like attacks it and destroys it.
I look back towards Rowena and I think to myself, she drank that. Interesting.
Oh boy.
It was the best water you've ever drank.
True.
Might have been worth it.
I mean, I still have the water. I just gave her a drink.
Hold on. All right. So I set up the rope so that it doesn't get snagged on anything while I'm going down. I use sticks to kind of create a like a makeshift shit-ass pulley. Just something so that it doesn't get caught between rocks or anything. How's that?
Okay, that makes sense.
All right.
What is your
I mean, I could
constitution?
tie my rope to the rope that you have, and we could lower you down into the water.
No, I don't want you guys going in a circle. Feel free to converse that with me. Like, I've got my senses.
What's your constitution modifier?
Not fantastic. It's 1.
What is it?
+1.
Okay. You would be well aware of this capability of yourself. You're only capable of holding your breath for about a minute and a half.
Yep.
And this is pretty deep water, so.
Yeah. So I'm going to use the spell Expeditious Retreat, allowing me to move at an incredible pace. I assume this also constitutes swimming?
I'll allow it, yeah.
All right. Excellent. So you guys see me cast this spell on
When he
myself.
breaks his neck trying to go through that barrier.
And then I dive into the water.
Okay, and you start swimming?
I'm headed down towards it, yes.
Okay, once you get a little ways in, you feel this psychic force attack you again. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh.
Okay, it takes you a minute to recover from it, and you end up letting a little bit of air escape, but you're still able to continue down.
That was a wisdom check, not a wisdom saving throw.
Okay,
Oh.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh. Do you want me to reroll?
That wasn't a save.
Yeah, reroll for saving throw. Okay, so you are able to then force
okay
it
with
out
this.
without any effect.
All right. I continue on down
I was
towards
keeping
the orb.
people honest the other way, so I'll keep you honest this way.
Okay, at this point, about probably 15 seconds have passed.
Okay.
As you get further down, another maybe 10 seconds, I'd say you're about halfway down. Because it's about 60 feet to the bottom.
So I'm at 25 seconds now.
Yes, and you are attacked again, this time a little bit stronger. This one has a little bit more of effect, but really not that much. You are still able to overcome it. And you keep swimming. Now, after about another 15 seconds, so you're at 40, you reach the bottom and see this is a glowing blue crystal. And there is a white pillar in the middle that looks like this crystal should be sitting on top of it. like a stone white pillar.
I take the crystal and I very quickly move it to the pillar.
Okay, suddenly the water around you starts almost boiling, but you notice that the water around the pillar is leaving and it forms an air pocket around you about 8 feet tall.
Okay, I enter the air pocket.
You didn't have a choice, it engulfed you.
Oh, alright.
So you're standing now on the bottom of this well and there's water above you.
And I'm breathing.
Yep.
It's breathable air. I'm not like... Okay.
It's actually quite clean.
What do I see?
You see the bottom
Mr.
of a well.
Mr. Clean.
And it looks like it's like a really smooth rock base to it. And the walls going up
Mr.
about
Clean,
6 or 7
Magic
feet is also incredibly smooth and perfectly cylindrical.
Am I seeing anything to read?
On the pillar, there's a few runes.
Comprehend languages is still going for an hour.
Okay, so you would be able to just see them as like a detecting, a water displacement rune, and one other one that you haven't seen before. It looks, though, like it's meant to retain.
Can I use my knowledge of Arcanum to detect anything interesting about the stone that I placed onto it?
Yes, you may. It seems that the stone is linked with the pillar, like magically.
Do I see anything else around?
There isn't much around at the base of this well to suggest otherwise, or anything else. It's pretty barren, other than the pillar and the stone. The stone itself feels very imbued with magic, you just can't quite tell what it is. Well, he's thinking about that. What's everybody else doing above the water? He's been gone for much longer than he should have been able to hold his
holding
breath.
rope.
I'm getting kind of worried, but I'm still like, I'm sitting there looking at the puddle, like worried about him. And then I also am very worried about Begavith and what he saw. Shump seems to be fine, but Begavith is pretty out of it.
Yep, I'm still just sitting there.
The bird hasn't freaked out yet, so Shump's like, whatever.
Okay, back to Devin.
Frankly, if Tim there drowns himself, Shump doesn't really care.
It's not part of the
But
contract.
he's gonna pull him out. Yeah, pretty much.
So I look around for potential clues to the riddle they told me about. A shelter from the waves.
You're a pretty smart guy, right, Devin?
Yes.
Okay. How much do you know about geography? Or let me rephrase the question. How much would you know about what's the word I'm looking for?
I would know the most about places of powerful arcanum. I wouldn't have learned much about just regular cities. I would just kind of know where they are on a map, that's all.
No, I meant like legitimate geography.
So like rocks?
Kind of, yeah, or natural structures. Couple that with your knowledge of like sailing and naval activities.
I would know enough to be able to obtain ingredients when I need it. So I would know the difference between like igneous and pumice, maybe, or.
But you wouldn't say you have an incredible knowledge of just natural land formations and sailing. Go ahead.
No, I would not have an incredible knowledge of sailing.
Okay, then you are still puzzled by this. and you don't really see anything to suggest a tie to the shelter from the waves, but this does kind of seem like the pillar has been unlocked.
Do I feel any tugs at my intellect anymore?
No, you do not.
So I give my rope a few tugs. Kind of, yeah.
Shump, you would notice these tugs.
Shump. Chris.
Oh, you guys were talking for so long. I assumed I wasn't part of it.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Now you're part of it.
holding the
What's going on? Do I
rope
need to pull him
attached
out?
to me.
Yeah, he tugged on it.
Yeah, I pull him out. You want me to do a strength check? I can do a strength check.
Sure.
So down at the bottom of the pit where you guys can't see, I just go, oh! And I fucking grab a hold of the pedestal and I try to resist.
Why are you trying to resist?
Because I gave the rope a few tugs. I didn't make the bird cry. So what do you want me to roll?
You get a hold of it. Shump, what are you doing when you feel a lot of resistance? Pulling harder?
I mean, I guess he probably assumes that that something's holding on to him or something. Like
I make my bird squawk at him.
Guess so. I'm gonna pull harder.
I make my bird fly around him and like peck at his hands and make him stop.
You gonna make him shit on him?
Possibly.
I don't know. Pulling harder didn't seem to work.
I make the bird fly into the ring of stones.
Okay. It's fine.
The bird starts flying in circles around the pool, squawking the entire time.
Wait, so am I not pulling him up or what?
You didn't get a good tug on that last one.
Okay.
It feels like there's a lot of resistance when you're trying to pull him up.
All right. Well, I yelled to Vegavith to come over and help me pull this rope.
I'll stand up slowly and go.
I see the bird. I see through the bird's eyes that the Goliath is coming. I very quickly untie the rope from around me. Oh no. Oh no.
When you were coming down,
Boy.
and the knot was wet, so when you guys fought each other, the knot became incredibly tight. So you're fumbling with it, but you're unable to get a grip on it good enough to untie the knot.
Fuck!
Vegavith, you want to roll your strength check? See how good of a tug you give it?
Oh, I'm rolling another strength check.
No, Vegavith.
Oh,
Actually, are you both tugging together?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so yeah, both of you roll strength check.
not very good.
I've still got a pretty strong grip on that pedestal down there.
Yeah,
Am
but
I-
you have a
am I, like,
Goliath
ripped
and an
in
orc
half?
holding-
Well, you're still trying to untie the knot, so you're not holding on to anything.
Oh, fuck, shit, piss.
So you get thrust upward, and actually, Shump and Vegavith notice it comes pretty easy this time. And now Kansas or Devin, you are in the water, my friend. About halfway up,
All right.
and you are moving up rather quickly as they pull you.
I just let it happen, and I cross my arms in the pissed off mood that I am.
Would have been hilarious if they both
He's
met.
just getting dragged across the grass in like a seated position with his arms crossed, pouting.
No, that's absolutely what I plan on letting happen.
Okay,
this
so
continues.
all of that transpires. Now, Devin,
So I'm just sideways on the ground in a sitting position, just being pulled across in like a fucking mad ass mood. My bird comes and lands on me, and I look at the bird and I go, "You tried. You tried."
Which means I tried, so good work,
What?
us.
The bird freaked out. P.S. We should probably stop for the night.
Yeah. Is this where we want to stop, or do we want to go a little bit further?
I'm willing to stop.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta call it quits.
All right, sounds good.
God